I have a question for you today. Who was the first president to upload weekly speeches on the internet? Stay tuned. I'm going to tell you that and much more. Welcome to Mrs. Peach Thrifty Living. I'm so happy you're here today. I feel like I got a hair right here. Just one stray one. Lime coconut, the little squeeze bottle. Hashtag Tea Tuesday is hosted by our friend Patty at Life with Patty. You can go over and check and see what she posts today and what everyone in this awesome collaboration posts. This is pretty much wide open. You can jump in anytime you want. She's always glad to see you, and we're glad to see you. Just hashtag it and let Patty know. Before we get started, there's something I've had in my closet for years, and I can't even tell you where I got it. It either was from Richard, my husband's family, or from my family, and I don't know for sure. But let me show you, and then I'll take them out separately and show you. These are old shoes, boots. First one I'll show you is this. The box is all yellowed, and somebody kept this little, it's a little boot. It had buttons right here. And this little shoe, so soft and little, and old, little, almost looks like a ballerina shoe. What's the show? Did you guess who I asked who it was? You know, this is the 44th president. Last week we talked about George W. Bush. Actually, I have 3 more presidents in this book to tell you about. Actually, it's total up to date. And today is Barack Obama. He was our 44th president, and he was born August 4th, 1961 in Hawaii. He served 2 terms, 2009 to 2017, and the vice president was Joseph Biden. And this is what this little book says about him. Barack Obama was the first African American ever elected to be the leader of the United States. As president, Obama worked hard to promote peace in countries around the world. He won the 2009 Nobel Prize for his efforts. Back in the U.S., he helped pass laws to make economy stronger. He also passed the Affordable Care Act, nicknamed the Obamacare. The purpose of this law was to give every single American more affordable health care. Concerned about the environment, Obama established policies and entered into international agreements to reduce pollution and protect the earth. Obama also appointed 2 Supreme Court justices, Sonia Sotomayor, I hope I said that right, the first Hispanic justice, and Elena Kagan. At the bottom, it says, when Obama took his oath of office for the first time in 2009, the Chief Justice got the words a little wrong. So the next day, Obama took the oath of office again. And now, I didn't know that. Now, you know, I'm not here to discuss politics. Some of you might be saying, oh, I loved him. And some of you might be saying, oh, I didn't. Well, you know, we have to remember that no matter who's there, that in the Bible, it does say God, you know, puts in place the ones, and I don't understand it all, but just have to believe that what is supposed to be at that time is. If you remember in the Bible, many times God gave people a king that really wasn't supposed to be there, but he did it because the people wanted it. Okay, Laura gave me. You remember meeting her just recently. Go back and watch my other videos. I have so many out there that you might enjoy watching. Grocery hauls. I did a live yesterday with gospel hymn songs. And if you are interested at all in that, go back and watch it. I'd sure appreciate it. And I can sure use the view hours, but that's okay. I thank you for anything you do. I'm so glad you're here. Okay. On a blustery January 20th, 2009, 1.5 million jubilant people crowded into Washington's Mall to celebrate the inauguration of Barack Obama, the country's first African-American president. In a country not so far removed from Jim Crow, his story is nothing less than remarkable. He was born in Hawaii to a white mother from the salt of the earth, Kansas family, and a black African father who had grown up in Kenya herding goats. Obama's parents separated when he was 2 years old. His mother remarried an Indonesian, and the family moved to Jakarta. I think that's the way they pronounce it. When he was 10, Obama returned to Hawaii. He went on to graduate from Columbia University and Harvard School. Having witnessed the crushing effects of poverty in Indonesia and knowing firsthand the struggles of minorities, Obama now wholeheartedly embraced the cause of social justice. While practicing as a civil rights attorney and teaching constitutional law in Chicago, he realized that effecting meaningful change would require political action. And he was elected to the Illinois State Senate and in 2004 to the United States Senate. His stirring keynote speech of 2004 Democratic National Convention thrust him into the national spotlight. And his groundbreaking run for president 4 years later augured in a new era of hope and change in American politics. Civility and dignity earned him worldwide admiration, gained him the Nobel Prize in 2009. But the path to change was met with significant roadblocks. He took office in the midst of the global economic crisis and wars in Iraq and Afghanistan. He was faced with a fiercely polarized Congress of the Republican Party, determined to stand in his way. Nevertheless, he prevailed, lifting the country out of depression and winding down 2 wars, succeeding where 5 presidents had failed. He ushered in legislation for universal access to health care. Preferring diplomacy to military action, he nonetheless engineered the death of Osama bin Laden, the mastermind behind the terrorist attacks of September 11, 2001. In his second term, with a deadlocked Congress, he leveraged a power of the executive office to achieve nuclear agreement with Iran and reestablish diplomatic relations with Cuba. Through it all, his equable temperament counterbalanced the frenzy and sometimes uncivil political discourse. As his time in office drew to a close, Obama sought to re-inspire a sharply divided country. Change in a democracy is gradual, he said. We have to listen to our opponent, compromise when necessary, and accept incremental modifications, trusting that eventually the progress will be made. That is the story that I have of Obama. You can decide, I don't know where you feel about him. I always am interested in the families and a lot of the things that happen. This week is going to be a very busy week, and I'm excited about this week. My son, the one that was in the hospital for 2 weeks, and I mentioned him a few times, he's here today with me. His wife went back to work. Now, is he total perfect? Not necessarily. He still is seeing the home health nurse. In fact, I will be spending one day there where they can, or we can see the health nurse that comes to their home. He's so much better. Actually, he just went for a walk. He says it helps his back. He has a lot of back trouble. And when he walks, he said it really helps his back. So I'm so thankful. His mind is so much clearer, and we're just having a good day. And I'm thankful for that. He's not all the way back, but so much better. So I want to thank everyone that said a prayer for him. Keep praying for him. And by the way, if you would, continue to pray for Brenda. Maniac Grammy's homestead, she needs a lot of prayer. Actually, there's several people that come on here from time to time that mention that they need prayer, or there's people on their channels that I watch that need prayer. So we just lift everybody up in prayer that needs complete healing, needs whatever their need is, and most of all, salvation for their souls. Thank you so much for watching. That was a little lengthy goodbye. Tomorrow is my budget meals under $5, and I've got to decide what I'm going to make. I'm thinking about going in there and making a soup. My daughter-in-law will be here to pick him up, and I'm thinking she'd probably appreciate it. She always says she likes my soup. I'm blessed with my daughter-in-laws and my family, and my son-in-law. I love you all. God bless you so much, and I look forward to seeing you tomorrow.